got a real treat on hand here. Our guest is Ashok Nalamalapu. His album, We Are All One, Swan Kirtan, with the band Swan Kirtan. So sit back, listen, enjoy the music, and our conversation with Ashok. He's on the line, and enjoy this music. Ashok Nalamalapu was born and raised in a small town in South India and came to the U.S. in 1987. From humble beginnings, he has worked diligently and pursued many avenues of personal development to build a successful life and give back to the community. That hard-working mentality shows up in how Ashok goes after what he wants. Even at the young age of 5, he chose a new name because he did not like the one his parents had given him, knowing of the great emperor Ashok, whose name means no sorrow. He chose Ashok. Ashok's personal mission is to serve and inspire others, which he does as a speaker, writer, kirtan leader, entrepreneur, community leader, and host and facilitator of spiritual events. Jai Hanuman, Jai Hanuman, Jai Hanuman, Jai Hanuman. Yoga, meditation, and devotional chanting, which is kirtan, which you're hearing right here, are Ashok's main passions, and he is dedicated to sharing these transformational practices with others. Raised in the Hindu faith, the golden thread of spirituality and devotion has been a central part of the tapestry of Ashok's life since childhood. He currently identifies as a universalist, embracing all faiths as valid paths to realize the truth. Ashok believes his spiritual practices and optimism have helped him overcome many challenges and shape the person he is today. In 2000, he lost his voice completely for a year, and specialists told him he would never speak again. When Ashok heard this, he fainted at the thought of never being able to speak with his 2 young daughters. With the help of yoga and surgeries, he slowly did regain his voice and is grateful to be able to speak and sing with ease. I've personally been in the company of Ashok a number of times, and I've always felt him to be completely professional, courteous, and passionate about sharing his music. He has, by his very nature, being around Ashok has been a very good experience for me. I'm happy and delighted to call him a friend, and also happy to share this wonderful music with you. He released this album, We Are All One, with his band Swan Kirtan in 2017. Jayu Tal, a Grammy nominee, writes, "Wow, beautiful production in full Indian style, sweet chants and sweeter feelings." I have to agree. When I heard this CD, I was just delighted that we have Ashok with us. He travels all over playing music, and you can find out about him by going to his website, and and he's going to tell you more. I'm done talking for a little while, but I do want to introduce you to him, and he is here, not in the studio, but on the phone. Ashok Nalamalapu. Hello, Ashok.
Hi, Gary. How are you? Hello, everybody.
Yeah, I'm really happy to be talking with you. You know, I think we did have a conversation not a number of months ago, you know, but I really felt like I really want to feature more of your music. And from the album, We Are All One. I'm not sure if I really did that yet. Did I?
Few pieces, Gary, during our conversation about a year ago.
I love the music and I love it all. So I want to share selections. We just heard a few as there's 2 CDs in his all of these chants, and they're all so well done. I don't even have a favorite. I like them all, but I have to say All One is it's a catchy one. You know, I mean, that goes on in your head over and over again. We'll get to that too today. So people that and you even do Buddhist chants, Om Mani Padme Hum, the Gayatri Mantra. This is a really good collection. You released it a couple years ago, but I would really highly recommend this CD for anybody that enjoys kirtan, and chanting, and especially in the Indian style, which is right here. And I don't know many people on these shores in the U.S. that are doing what you're doing and the way you're doing it. I mean, there's a lot of kirtan artists, and I love kirtan, and I love it. Whoever chants the name, that. I love all the music of it. But yours is just very beautiful, and it's because it tells us about it informs us about the traditional kirtan. This is what people have learned for hundreds they've sung this way and played this way for a very long time in India. And we've Americanized kirtan a great deal, but you give us that really Indian flavor, which I appreciate.
Thank you, Gary. I'm blessed on this CD. I played with all the Indian classical musicians. Like you said, it was produced in India. It is a Swan Kirtan. It's available on CD Baby. I sing multi-faith chants, all of Judaism, Christianity, Hinduism, Buddhism, Sufi, all different faiths. That's what I follow as a universalist. My master is Sri Ramakrishna. What I do is his work.
Oh, that's great. I love Ramakrishna, Sri Ramakrishna. We're very fortunate that these Indian saints, their teachings come down to us, and we could learn about them. I feel that even though we're not personally in the time when Ramakrishna exists, his teachings and his being are timeless, and the great gurus of all time, I think, they're what they present to us is an eternal flavor. It gives us the feeling of being beyond the body, beyond what we think about ourselves, and gives us a very spiritual perspective. And that's why I think the Indian gurus and saints are so attractive to those people in the U.S. seeking enlightenment or spirituality, or to get to know themselves on who they really are beyond the body and the mind and the emotions.
Yes, Sri Ramakrishna says, don't believe, just you have to practice and experience, and then only you believe.
It comes out of direct experience. That is very
right.
True. What is this kirtan for you? I mean, what does it mean to you when you express through this wonderful collection of music and also through your own traveling, doing kirtan in various places? And I know you are a person that will, when you are asked whether it's Love Light Festival or I've seen a number of festivals, you've come to when I've asked you to come to my area here. You've done that, and it's because you have such a passion to share with when people ask to come. I know there's other artists that do that, and I'm truly amazed because you go, quite a distance at cost, and for you, and but you still do it because of your love of it, and it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I loved singing with for 3 to 5 years old kids last week. As soon as I entered this school, I was just happy. I was just joyful, and then they looked singing with these beautiful children who have pure heart was just joyful, and meditating with them. So I do it because it is my spiritual practice and bhakti, part of bhakti yoga. When we sing the God's names, then we unify, and that's one of the sadhana practices to realize the Divine Mother.
It's beautiful. I'm very happy to. These festivals are springing up all around, and I'd like to know where can we see you in the near future?
This week, this month, I'm playing at Soul Cafe in Maine and the Flourish Arts in Maine. Then I'll be in Cambridge singing with Satigata, which is a Harvard University band. We are doing a concert to raise funds for a Buddhist center. And then I will be at Banyan Tree Yoga in New Hampshire in June. Then at Greater Portland Festival of Nations in July. Those are some of the events in the near future.
Well, I am going to make it a point to see you this year for sure. I'll find a way, and if I have to create something for you to come to, I will. We're celebrating, as you may know, 20 years on the radio.
That's awesome! Congratulations.
Thank you. Here on WRPI, by the way. Yeah, I'm very happy, and Kirtan friends are coming together to celebrate this event, and in this area, I'm really happy about that. The thing is that it's my passion to share what I love, and to be able to share music such as yours I get a great deal of pleasure out of doing it, of playing it. And I have the two radio shows I have today is the Gary's Music Show, which features any kind of music I want. But the In the Spirit show is the more of the interviews is on Thursday, and we play the more exclusively the spiritual type music on Thursday. But I don't hesitate to play anything at all that I find interesting to play on, and also feature albums. And I like to this is kind of an album feature too. We're not going to play it all, there's so much, but I do want to play as much as possible. So I'd like to continue playing this album here, We Are All One. Like you said before, Swan Kirtan, that we never really played. We played bits and pieces. I know we're probably not going to play the whole thing today, but I want to play more than I've played in the past. Okay?
Thank you, Gary.
And we're going to do that. We played Guru Mantra, Ganesha Sharanam, some Jai Hanuman just now. So we're going to play a couple tracks at a time, and then we'll come back with you. If you can you be with us for a while this afternoon?
Yes. Thank you, Gary.
Okay, great. Okay, Ashok is with us, Nalamalapu, and he's on the line. His great album we are playing today here on Gary's Music Show, so enjoy. And this is Sitaram, and it's going to go into All One. Beautiful, beautiful songs. Thank you for being with us today on Gary's Music Show.
Sitaram, 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 Jai Sitaram. Oh, Sitaram, Sitaram. Sitaram, Jai
concerto.
Ben's rendition is awful because he's playing a violin with a banana. But bananas could help you become a better violin player. Eating fruits with potassium and other nutrients help your muscles work better. So when it comes to making music, bananas can be instrumental after all. Run, throw, think, eat better. Can your food do that? Find out at smallstep.gov.
That's smallstep.gov.
A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
The album We Are All One, Ashok Nalamalapu, and this is Swan Kirtan, and his band is Swan Kirtan, and this is as authentic an Indian, a native Indian kirtan album as I've heard, and as I mentioned to Ashok, it's my intention. He's been on the program a few times, but today I really want to feature more of the music, and Ashok will be back with us. He's on the line right now, but I want to continue playing on the set disc 2. He talked about Ramakrishna and how Ramakrishna was very important to him, and also inspired these mantras that he sings, as he quotes, "As many faiths, so many paths." So, in honor of Ramakrishna, we're going to play Om Namo Bhagavate Ramakrishna. Now, Ramakrishna Ya. So here it is. Thank you, and we'll be back talking with the show in a few minutes. Enjoy.
Om Namo Bhagavate Ramakrishnaya. 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 Om Namo Bhagavate Ramakrishnaya.
What we're doing today, we're playing music from We Are All One by Swan Kirtan. The leader of Swan Kirtan is Ashok Nalamalapu, and he's on the line right now. Today we've had Ashok on other times. We're leaning more toward the music this time because I want you all to get a flavor of this music, a sense of the. Let's go into a few chants, and you have one after the other to get the sense of flow of how it is to being at a kirtan, and to respond like the responses here. This is a unique album because it's all the artists are from India, and it's a pure Indian album, and we're very fortunate to have Ashok here in the U.S. with us, traveling around doing kirtans, and you can go to Swan Kirtan, www.swankirtan.com. SwanKirtan.com, and Ashok was with us. There's something I wanted to ask you, Ashok. How you doing?
I'm doing well, Gary. That I do my spiritual practices, which is wake up, meditate, and I have beautiful sun rises, as you might have seen on Facebook. So I spend half an hour to an hour with the sun. and then I do my asana practice. I read some scriptures. So I'm onto my path, eating healthy, and and in the evening chanting, and again some meditation. So I like it.
Oh, yeah, and I wanted to ask you a question about the kirtan and the repetition. Why is the repetition? Now, people will hear this in your music, so important for the experience of chanting.
That's because our mind does not stay at a place. Our mind, like they say in the scriptures, it's monkey mind. It goes from one thought to the other. When we chant, we focus on specific words, specific mantra. Mantra literally means the one which clears the mind. So when we all chant together and focus on that mantra, our mind does not jump from thought to thought most of the time, so that we reach the fourth state called Turiya state. Normally we are in three different states, that is waking, dreaming, and sleeping, but the chanting helps us to reach the fourth state. That's why we find bliss and joy, and we forget the other life challenges, and we are happier when we chant.
I totally experienced that myself, just like you said, and I think coupled with a personal personal practice when you with japa, that to me is that really turns my mind off when I turn to the mantra, and even if it's not accompanied with music, I'll sit with the mala beads and I have a practice because I have a whole routine of mantras to do. Is that part of your practice too?
I don't. I do my mantra. When I was initiated at Sri Ramakrishna, they gave a mantra that I do mantra, but I don't do like Hare Krishna, like ISKCON people do. I do not do that way. Mine is more like chanting. I believe in different faiths.
I do too, and I don't do just the one chant over and over again. There's a whole series. It's from Vedic. I had a Vedic astrologer. We don't talk too much, but in the beginning, right now, but in the beginning when I first started, she gave me a series of mantras to use as a prescription. Like certain mantras will be helpful in different areas of your life, and so I learned a lot. I learned about but what it is, the pure practice of the repetition of the mantra that begins to turn off the mind, and I get that a lot with kirtan. And I wanted to also say that I really miss chanting with you because when I chant with you, it's almost a sure thing I'm going to go deep, into my heart and away from my thought and away from the thought and into that spot where it feels it's like a neutral place. You get to you're not thinking, you're just in a place where you're not bothered with a lot of thinking or thoughts and emotions, right?
Yes, my master Sri Ramakrishna says when you chant with joy and not worry, and just with the devotion. So he says Bhakti Yoga is the easiest way now in this Kali Yuga than Gnana Yoga. Gnana Yoga you can reach, that's a path, but you have to say neti, neti, not this, not body, not mind. Whereas Bhakti Yoga, you have faith in whatever you believe in, whether it is Krishna or Jesus, and then have that faith and also chant and be a loving person, and then we would be in a different place.
It's very beautiful. I'm reading in your bio on your website. People can go to swankirtan.com and see about Ashok. Your meditation has had a powerful effect in your life. I'd like to, if you would like to share something about meditation practice for you.
I do guide meditation yoga classes almost every week. I am trained by two Buddhist PhD teachers from Harvard University. I've been trained by them for the past 5-6 years. They are a Tibetan Buddhist path that they follow. I'm so blessed with Lama Villa Miller and Lopen Liz Monson. They taught me various different techniques depending upon the situation, depending upon what you want to work on, the various different techniques. As Dalai Lama suggested, if you don't meditate regularly, start with 2 minutes and focus on your breath below your nostrils and above your upper lips. And then just observe your breath, and thoughts come and go just like the clouds, but you keep going back to breath and watch the breath just like a mother watches the baby playing.
That's beautiful. Breath work is definitely important in my spiritual practice. It's absolutely essential to, in my opinion, and it appears in yours, that breath work is very important.
Yes.
Yeah.
Being in body is also very important because our mind creates stories, but our body tells the truth. So anytime that we want to know where we are, just check in with our body and the sensations.
And you can do that through the conscious breathing, right?
Yes, the conscious breathing helps us to concentrate and observing our body and the sensations in our body by scanning them slowly, patiently, persistently. Then we realize the truth.
It's beautiful. Yeah. Tell us about the mantra Om Mani Padme Hum.
Om, AUM in Hinduism is creation, destruction, and sustenance. In Buddhism, Om, it has been said that when you chant Om, it clears mind, body, and speech. Mani is jewel, which represents love and compassion, and Padma is lotus, which represents wisdom. Hum is integration of love and wisdom. So when we chant this beautiful mantra of Buddhist mantra, we are saying that the importance of having love, compassion, and wisdom, they are the two wings of the Bodhi bird for awakening.
Thank you. Would you mind if I played that now?
I love that. I'm going to sing it in Cambridge in May.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. It's a beautiful chant, and you and Swan Kirtan do a wonderful job with it, and I really enjoy it. So we're going to play it for us, for our listeners. I want to thank you all for tuning in to Gary's Music Show on WRPI Troy. I'm also grateful to have Ashok Nalamalapu as our guest today. His band is Swan Kirtan. His album is We Are All One, and you can go to swankirtan.com. Here's Om Mani Padme Hum from the album We Are All One by Ashok and Swan Kirtan.
Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum.
Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum.
Play another track from the CD. This is for the Jewish faith, Adonai Allahu, and I believe also the Sufi path. And let me let me check with the show first. What is the Allahu? That's Sufi, right?
That's right, Gary.
And Adonai is that Jewish or?
Adonai is a name of God in Judaism.
Yeah. So you brought these two together, these two, right?
Yeah, that's beautiful, is it not?
Yes, it is. And I'm looking. I want to play it now for our listeners, and I want to thank you for all the work that you're doing in representing all the different chants that you have here from various traditions and spiritual traditions. Because, like the album says, we are all one. And so I'm going to do that right now. Okay.
Thank you, and thank you for being a catalyst.
Oh, you're welcome, Ashok. I enjoy it, and thank you.
Adonai, Adonai, Adonai. Adonai, Adonai, Allahu, Allahu, Allahu.
Ashok Nalamalapu for being with us today. We've been playing selections from We Are All One, his album with Swan Kirtan. And in his website is swankirtan.com, SWANKIRTAN. All the selections you heard today are from this album, which is 2 discs, and there's even a lot more that we haven't heard. But I hope that this sampling will be something that will give you inspiration for your day today. Not only that, but it's something that you can draw on for future reference in terms of kirtan and what it is. Because I think Ashok models kirtan the way it's originally intended in a traditional Indian style with Indian musicians, and it's just a fine example of these chants. So I want to thank you, Ashok. Thank you so much for being with us today here on Gary's Music Show. And I was looking forward to doing the show with you. I'm glad we did it today.
Thank you, Gary. I'll be at Omega, Kripalu, and Anandasham sometime this year. We have finalized the dates, and I hope to see you at one of those places.
Well, I will make if you're going to be anywhere near where I am, if it's Omega, that's pretty close. Just let me know, and I'll definitely make the trip, and be very happy to see you and chant with you again. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you for your good work, Gary. Hello. Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye. Have a great day, Ashok.
You too.